everyone, I am Janvi Pavar. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you people are new over here, then welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've seen the title of this video, then in this one, I'm gonna show you people, or I'm gonna tell you people how you can practice English alone at home. Now, I know there are so many of you who don't have anyone to practice English with, and sometimes that may come off as an excuse in the comment section on my videos, is that we do not have anyone to practice with in English. So how can we practice? I'm not trying to mimic you guys, I'm sorry. So here are some tips. Tip number one is that whatever you're doing right now, for example, now if you're reading something and you're reading something in your native language, like if you're reading a book, if you're reading a motivational book, or if you're reading newspaper, so instead of reading that in your regional language, now you're going to read that in English. And another thing that you're going to do is if you're watching a video on YouTube in your native language, so you're going to watch that video in English. If you're going to do anything else, for example, you're talking with yourself, there are monologues kind of thing. And this is another tip, but let me just tell you, whenever you're having conversation with yourself, in our daily lives, we do have conversation with ourselves. Like we think a lot, we keep thinking, we keep imagining a lot of things, and we imagine all of those things in our native language or whatever language you feel comfortable in. But instead of doing all of that in your native language, this time you're going to do all of that in English. So basically, tip number one is that you have to surround yourself with English every time and whatever you're doing. Of course, you cannot talk with people in English because you're not a master, or the people with whom you're going to talk, they're also not a master. Instead, what you're going to do is forget about the people, forget about the environment. What you are doing right now, you're going to do all of that in English. If you're writing something, you're going to write that in English. If you are reading something, you're going to read that in English. If you're talking to yourself, you're going to do that in English. Or if you're doing basically anything else, like if you are thinking to yourself, if you're singing to yourself, if you're listening to songs, if you're watching a video on YouTube, watching a video on social media, watching Reels, watching TikTok, you're going to do all of that stuff in English. How will that help you? That will help you. Basically, that language will surround you so much is that somehow that will stuck in your mind and that'll fit on your tongue, and that's what we need. Tip number two is build a reading habit. Now, building a reading habit doesn't mean you're just going to read a newspaper for the whole day. What you're going to do is you're going to read anything. You can read any article from a newspaper, any article from a magazine, any novel. You can do anything that you want. But the next step is, after you have completed or finished reading, after that what you're going to do is whatever you have read, you're going to say the same thing but in your own words. Like if you have read an article from a newspaper. For example, you have read The Hindu and now you have read an editorial. You did not understand it a lot, but that's okay, but you understood it a little. So what you're going to do is you're going to underline the new words that you see. Okay, so these are the new vocabulary. You're going to search them, and now you're going to use all of those words while talking to yourself. Basically, you're going to speak on the same topic, but in your own words. So that will build a habit of yours to understand things and to speak on the same things. So basically, that will give you a lot of content to talk about. Another tip. Now, before we go on to another tip, I know there are so many of you who always go like, yeah, we don't have anyone to talk to. So that is not a problem anymore, because now Cambly is the only app in India that provides one-on-one private tutors. So basically you can choose from any courses. You can choose from IELTS courses, personality development courses, or you can also choose from your business language, your interview skills. You can choose from any courses, and you can choose any tutor you want, and you can talk to them personally. And this is especially for those people who can read English, who can write in English, but you do not feel confident enough to talk in English. So basically all you gotta do is choose your tutors. And the best part is that the tutors are so friendly. Literally, they're not going to judge you for anything. They're going to support you at every single point. They're going to listen to you. They're going to listen to your problems and guide you in the best way possible. You people should definitely give it a try. And another thing, if you people are going to buy any 3 months plan from Cambly, and you're going to use the code 22EC, then you're going to get 25% off on any 3-month plan. So this is my code 22EC, and you're going to use this code to get 25% off on any 3 months plan. Now, Janvi, how are you doing?
Hi, Janvi. I'm Cherie. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much. I was just in Camly to check out and to have a trial, so I was just looking for teachers. And now that you're here, I just want to ask you some simple things, can I?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
I just want to ask you is that how to improve like fluency because it happens with a lot of students and their mind goes blank when they start talking in English. So do you have any solutions for that?
Yes, so one of the things that Cambly does have, it's one of our greatest resources, is that we have the chat. So whenever a student gets stuck, what I suggest is to say or type what they're thinking in their mother tongue, in their language, because then in the chat I can see it over here in English. This way I can get. Continuing with our tips. So another tip is what you people are going to do. Monologue. Now, as I said in the beginning of this video, is that monologue is another tip. For monologue, what you're going to do right now, when you go off to sleep, basically when you drift off to sleep, what you're going to do, you're going to imagine a conversation in your head. So in that conversation, you're going to imagine yourself talking to some people or basically like talking to your friends and telling about your day. So at what time did you wake up? What did you do after that? And then you went to your office or your school or your college, university. And after that, you came back home, you went to tuition or you learned something, you read something. Basically, every single thing that you did in the whole day, you're going to repeat everything in like a schedule basis timing. You're going to repeat each of those things before you go to sleep. And what you're going to do, you're going to imagine yourself having a conversation with someone and telling them what you did in the whole day. So basically, reading will tell you if you're doing everything correct. Reading will give you a nice vocabulary. And then practicing what you read will also help you and how it will give you a lot of content and a lot of sentence structures and good new vocabulary. And doing this thing at night, imagining this conversation with someone, that'll give you a sense of confidence, like yes, you can talk with anyone, because that's pretty easy. Basically, when you're gonna talk in front of people in a speech kind of way, in a presentation kind of way, so that will build that kind of confidence. Now, I want you people to comment in the comment section below, of course, is that how did you like the video? Definitely. But another thing that I want you people to comment is that how many of you are going to do it? And I definitely want you people to update how is your practice going and how is your English going. So make sure you people do that. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.